As coronavirus continues to tear through India, there are growing worries about the COVID-19 situation in neighbouring Nepal as infections spill over the border. But today, NGOs based in Australia, India and Nepal will hold an emergency briefing to draw attention to the risk of another humanitarian crisis on the Indian subcontinent. Mark Cubit is from the Australian International Development Network, which has convened today's meeting. Hi, Mark. Thanks for being with us. Firstly, how bad is the situation right now in Nepal?
Well, how bad is the situation? Look, the numbers flow off the tongue in a tragic fashion. 139 deaths yesterday, 10,000 cases reported. To put that number in context with the population of Nepal, that's 5 times the worst of the outbreak that we had in Victoria last year. On the other hand, though, the positivity rate of testing is 47%. That's clearly indicating that there is not enough testing throughout the country. Nepal, as I'm sure we all appreciate it, it is a very difficult country to get around. So you could be looking at a case where the rate is 20 times the worst that we saw here in Victoria last year.
So it threatens to be as bad as what's happening right now in India, or even worse.
Yes, and look, one could look up statistics for every country every day of the week, but I'm not sure they'll tell the full picture because it's very clear there are not statisticians running around these countries carefully keeping records. To be honest, Nepal, like India and many other countries, is just overwhelmed by this tragedy at the moment. And so counting the numbers will have to wait for another day.
Yeah. So how is the country coping with what's happening? What are medical supplies like there? And what's the state of organisation and leadership like?
Well, there's a drastic shortage of oxygen in the country. A black market seems to have developed as well for that. PPE, ventilators, everything seems to be in short supply simply because of the magnitude of the numbers that have overtaken the country. There is a political pandemonium as well, with the Prime Minister having just stepped down. Like many countries around the world, in Nepal, leaders are being admonished for what has happened.
So the meeting of NGOs from Australia, India and Nepal is happening now. What are you hoping to achieve?
Look, well, it's being hosted by the Australian International Development Network, and we're a collection of people in the sector who, firstly, are just trying to spread the word about what is happening in the international development sector, be it at times of crisis like now with COVID, or just be in general relating to all the sort of issues that we want Australians to know more about, be it education or healthcare. Today's presentation, we've got 7 experts from India, from Nepal, and from here in Australia, who are outlining the situation on the ground in these countries at the moment, what their organisations are doing about it, and our role simply is to, as I said earlier, to spread the word. We would like Australians to realise that ending COVID-19 means ending it for everyone, everywhere. We've been relatively successful at stopping COVID at our borders, but even our health officers are warning that for Australia, the greatest time of risk is now, with the considerable increase in COVID cases overseas. So really, one perhaps should take a longer-term perspective at this. And we should be helping our overseas neighbours more, be it with our overseas development aid from the government, or be it individuals with their philanthropic giving.
Mark Cubit, thank you.